You know the fight. Maybe it starts over dishes or a tone of voice or somebody being 15 minutes late. Within about 90 seconds, you're not even talking about the dishes anymore. You're talking about everything. Or one of you's gone quiet, and the other one's talking to a closed door. If you've been in a long-term relationship, you know this fight. You've had some version of it 100 times. Different topic, same shape. That shape has a name. In this work, we call it the cycle, sometimes referred to as the demon dialogues. Today I want to show it to you because once you can see it, you can't unsee it. That's the beginning of getting out of it. I'm Dr. Larry Pemberton. I'm a licensed counselor and a certified emotionally focused couples therapist, and before that I spent 37 years as a pastor. I've worked with couples in military, I've worked with them in private practice. That means I've sat with a lot of couples in a lot of sessions. This channel is where I want to bring that work to you. But here's an important disclaimer. These videos are not therapy. They're information and encouragement. If you feel you could benefit from in-person therapy, find a trained, licensed therapist in your area who works with couples, especially one trained in emotionally focused therapy. This is the first of 3 videos on the cycle. Think of an iceberg with a part you can see and much more beneath the surface that you can't. Today, we're staying above the line, the part you and your partner can actually see and hear. Next week, we go below the line into what's actually driving it. And then the third video is about repair, how to start to change the dance itself. Here's the first thing I want you to hear. You don't have a communication problem. You have a cycle. A cycle is a pattern, the same steps in the same order almost every time you two get disconnected. One of you does something which makes the other one do something which makes the first one do more of what they were already doing, and around it goes. Picture 2 big dance moves. One is moving toward. When something feels off between you, one partner tends to lean in hard. That can look like complaining, becoming critical, pointing out the other person's mistakes, raising your voice, telling your partner how they need to change, insisting on making your point, even if you have to push, and refusing to let it drop until you get a reaction. Move 2 is moving away. The other partner tends to pull back, and that can look like going quiet, going numb, staying calm and reasonable while the other person is clearly not okay. It can mean changing the subject. It can mean finding a task, finding an exit, or finding a reason to leave the room, or defending yourself, explaining why you're not wrong, or going into your shell like a turtle pulling in. Most of us have a default move. It's the one you learned probably a long time before you ever met your partner. When your partner does their move, it pulls your move out of you even faster. That's the whole engine. Pursue pulls withdrawal. Withdrawal pulls pursue. Neither one of you is doing anything crazy. You're both just doing your move faster and harder because the cycle keeps speeding up. So what's the big message today? It's not your partner, it's the cycle. Now here's why this matters. In the moment, it feels like the problem is him or her. if she would just stop criticizing me, if he would just stay in the room and talk to me. But the couples who turn this around stop asking, what's wrong with my partner? And start asking, what's the dance we keep doing? That's not just a nicer way to talk about it. It's actually more accurate because your partner's withdrawal isn't random. It's a response to your pursuit. And your pursuit isn't random. It's a response to their withdrawal. You are both right now exercising your moves inside the same pattern. So the cycle is the actual problem. It's the third thing in the room. It's the thing you can learn to fight together instead of fighting each other. Some couples find it helpful to give their cycle a name, something you can point to instead of pointing at each other. There it is, the big freeze. There it is, the vortex. There it is, the chase. There it is, the dance. And so you're saying, you're not doing this to me. It's just that the dance has started. Choosing a name for your cycle turns it from you're doing this to me into the dance just started. The vortex is here. This is a completely different sentence to say to someone you love. Let's look back at the cycle diagram above the line. I want to give you something you might choose to actually do with this, not to just nod along to the video. First, find your move. When you sense you're not safely connected to your partner, what do you usually do? Do you move toward, complain, push, insist, get louder, or do you move away, go quiet, get busy, get reasonable, get gone? Most people know within about 2 seconds which one is theirs. And second, ask your partner how they experience you in that moment. Not how you meant it, how it actually landed. That's worth an honest conversation on its own. Third, try filling in this sentence and have your partner fill in their own version. The more I blank, the more you blank. Then the more I blank, until we're caught in our vortex or dance or whatever you named it. Fourth, ask where it came from. Has this dance always been part of your relationship, or can you remember when it started? A lot of people find they were doing some version of this move in a relationship or in their family long before this relationship. That's not a today problem. That's an old problem showing up in a today argument. And we'll go deeper into that next week. Today, we briefly introduce the part you can see, the moves. Next time, we're going underneath to the part that's actually running the whole thing. The fear each of you is protecting, and it makes good sense. You need to protect. And the alarm system in your brain that sets this whole dance off before you even know why you're upset. If you want to work through this with your partner, I've got an extensive workbook called Breaking the Cycle. I designed this workbook for the two of you to go through it together. The link is below. And it walks you through most of what we're covering in these 3 episodes and even more. It costs only $25, and it's an investment in your marriage. Since it's a downloadable resource, I can't offer refunds. But if you get it and actually do it, I don't think you'll want a refund. I only ask that you not resell it or post it as your own. After all, this is not about everybody's marriage. It's about yours. For now, just try naming the dance. That alone changes something. As usual, Please hit like and subscribe buttons if you found this video helpful. And remember, great marriages aren't built by perfect people. They're built by couples who keep strengthening, repairing, and enjoying life together. See you next time on The Thriving Marriage.